Hi guys, and welcome to yet another very exciting Adobe Audition tutorial. And in this tutorial I will quickly tell you how to match automatically the volumes or peak levels of your audio file if you have more than or many audio files to match and you do not have much time. So let's come to our media browser, and I'm just gonna randomly pick one of these video files, and Audition is gonna separate their audio from them. And then I'm gonna also find one audio file in here that can be used as example. Okay, let me go and find. Okay, I'm gonna drag this one out and this one out. Okay, now that's done. I'm gonna come back to my match loudness panel. Now I already opened this up, but if it's not in here, and it is not in here, usually on default settings or interface, go to window and click on this option which says match loudness. You can also click Alt+5 to bring this up and it will come here. And this is very easy to use. You just have to drag your files, audio files in here, and then the interface is very simple to use to match their loudness with each other. And you are not limited to any number of video files. You can bring here dozens of audio files, and all their settings will be matched simultaneously with each other. Okay, first of all, let us check the audio level of these files. As you can see, they have different peak levels and different stuff, and this one is different volume. So let's bring these two in here. And okay, I think the file was too big for that one. Okay, now before I click on this analyze button, which I already did, I think I'm gonna tell you about these options. This is the add file button. You can directly bring files in here. You do not have to open it in Audition or just bring it in this menu or panel. You can directly bring it here. It can work in totally separate panel. Okay, and beside that, if you select one of the audio files, you can, or if you want to remove it, you can just click on the trash can and it will be removed. And if you just click on this double trash can, it will remove everything. It does not have to be 2 audio files, it can be more than 10. Okay, now once that's done, you need to select both of your audio files like this, and then click on this button which computes the average peaks and volume levels and loudness level of your audios. Okay, now it's done. Okay, now as you can see, this is the ITU loudness. It is the most current type of setting or loudness that is being measured by guys in broadcast television. And there are so many other options and details in here: loudness level, pressure level, clips, times, and stuff like that. Okay, this is really the place where I want you to give attention to. And one of the track is negative 1.676 decibel peak, and the other has the peak level at negative 2.44 decibels. So there is clearly a difference, and they do not match. Even their peak level does not match. The rest of the audio, of course, does not match. So now, by matching their peak level, what is the benefit of that? If you are someone who does not totally know that what loudness matching is done, why loudness matching is done in television or in a music album. Suppose you have 10 singers, background singers, and their volume does not match with each other. You are going to be creating one crappy music album. Now you can easily match their loudness level that they are singing, and their sound very harmonic. And secondly, if you have a television show or something like that, and the music, the background sound, the sound effects, and the dialogues, they do not match with each other, it's also not going to be audible, and people would have a very hard time understanding what the audio or the dialogues in the television show means. Okay, so to match this level, first of all, you click on this button which says match loudness settings. Okay, if it will actually, I closed it, my bar menu was already open. You click on it, then this panel comes up, and then there are these options. You can match audio levels by any of these different ways. ITU, as I told you before, is the current format or way of matching loudness in broadcast television and stuff like this, but we are just gonna stick with a simple old audio normalizing method, which was peak amplitude. Okay, now what does this mean is that it's gonna take audio or the peak level of both of these audio tracks and gonna mesh them with each other, and the relative the rest and the relative waves or the levels would be relatively adjusted to that peak level. Okay, so suppose we want to match this at -6 to be the peak level of the volume. Okay, maybe -3 was the best. Actually, I had already practiced on this before making this tutorial. So now what's gonna happen, it's gonna bring down or bring up the peak level of both of these tracks to -3 decibel. It's not gonna allow these tracks to go beyond -3, and it's not gonna allow their peak levels to drop beyond below -3. So before I run this, I should mention this export option. If you check this thing will, or this audio matching, these audio files will be exported to the place that you specify, and here it's just like the same menu that we use for creating new audio file. I'm gonna cancel it, and I don't want to export this anywhere. I just want to match their volume and want to demonstrate that inside in here. So let's run them and let's see what happens. Okay, audition is calculating, analyzing, and now it's done it. Now if you remember before, the peak level that I told you to keep your intention focused on, that one was I think at -1.76 or something, and the other was at -2.44 decibel. Now both of their peaks have been adjusted to 3, and nothing is above it, nothing is below it. And if you can see in here, this is the peak level of the highest volume in this audio file, and nothing above is allowed, and nothing below is the below volumes are adjusted relatively to it. Now what do I mean by that? Now what I mean by that is that if this peak level of this audio that we adjusted to -3 decibels, if it was at -2, suppose, then it brought it down to -3 by 1 decibel, and all these other values or peaks also went down by -1 value in here. But if it was at -6 and it took its peak level, amplitude level to -3, then it went 3 levels, and all the other were also adjusted proportionally and relatively to it, and they all went 3 values. So this is how they adjust, Adobe Audition adjusts these peak levels. And now if you click on the other track, it is more evident. Actually, I should click it here and here. These are being adjusted. Actually, we can bring it. As you can see, before we adjusted, some of its level was reaching -2 or -1, but now all of them are confined to -3, and nothing beyond -3 has been allowed in here. So now both our audio, the music file, and the dialogue file, both their peak level have been matched with each other, and it has been done very easily and automatically, totally. So this is a very easy way to adjust the peak levels or match their loudness with each other of many audio files at once, and automatically, if you do not have time to do it manually. So with that said, I hope you enjoy this tutorial and learn something in it. And excuse my voice, it is terrible because my throat are sore for the past few days because I am cold. So I hope in the future, if you coming tutorials, my sound will improve and you guys will enjoy my melodious sound and tutorials in it. Until that time, I take my leave from you guys now, and adios amigos.